What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Busy Fan. Let's go look here. We are 12 days away from the NBA play-in tournament. So it's coming up. So all the games are important now. Everything is getting super tight. So we're going to cover that, tell you where the standings are at, show you around a little bit. And then we got some Aaron Rodgers news and hockey news. Surprisingly, I don't know much about hockey, but people are going to be talking about it today. So we're going to cover it for you. All right, so getting into the NBA. So these standings, sometimes they take a little while to adjust, but the Jazz won last night. They beat the Spurs, and the Suns lost to the Hawks 103 to 135. So the Jazz now have the 1 seed. They're up a game on the Suns, and like I said, there's 12 days until the season or until the play-in games begin. So it's getting really tight right now. Super important. People want to stay up and avoid the Lakers as much as possible for sure. So we got a lot of exciting things going on. It's a good time to be an NBA fan. So let's look at those scores again. Jazz beat the Spurs 126 to 94. You can see the Nuggets beat the Knicks. We got the Bucks over the Wizards barely 135-134. The Suns have been basically playing to their opponent's level the last couple of games, which is surprising, but they definitely are good and talented, and they play up with the best teams in the world. But also, they almost lost to the Cavs like a week ago. They did lose to the Hawks right here, so they seem to be playing to the other teams. Like they play up or down to where the other team is at, which would be worrisome if you are a Suns fan. So something to pay attention to. Kings beat the Pacers. The Grizzlies beat the Timberwolves. 76ers still rolling. Trailblazers rolling. We got Celtics over the Magic and Grizzlies over the Timberwolves 139-135. So that's what happened in the NBA world. Let's go to these stories now. So first of all, let's start with this hockey story right here. So I don't cover hockey, not because I don't like hockey. It's because I don't know enough about hockey. So I feel like I would be stupid up here talking, and you're gonna see how little I know about hockey in this. But right here, this is something people are gonna be talking about. So in the Rangers Capitals game, apparently what happened earlier this week is a Capitals player like cheap shotted a Rangers player. His head, I saw the video, his head was down, and he just like comes from behind and starts like punching his head, and he got no suspension. He was fined a little bit, but got no suspension. And one of the players that was involved in the fight for the Rangers is out the rest of the season. There's only 3 games left in the season, but he was hurt enough that he's not playing in the rest of the season. So the Rangers were super mad at the NHL for not suspending this guy. And so they're like, fine, you know what? They've like released a statement and we're very disappointed in the NHL, all that professional stuff. But they decided to take matters into their own hands. They got into this brawl, and there was 100 penalty minutes were assessed to the Rangers and Capitals throughout the first period. So it was constantly like, as soon as it starts, everyone threw out their gloves. There was 3 fights going on. Then, like a minute and a half later, the guy who started the fight came off the bench, and I don't know what you call the bench in hockey. Hopefully it's a bench. But he came off, and immediately someone dropped their gloves. It took like 4.8 seconds for them to drop their gloves and start fighting him. And then fights just continued to go throughout this game. And like I said, I don't know a ton about hockey, but it seemed like the consensus was, this is the NHL's fault. Like if they would have just suspended the guy like they should have, then none of this would have happened. But the Rangers had to do something about it. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just telling you, people are going to be talking about this today, so you should know that that's what happened in the game. Then let's go talk about some more of this Aaron Rodgers action. Jordan Rodgers. Maybe I said Jordan Rodgers because people are comparing it to Michael Jordan right now. So anyone who's seen The Last Dance or knows about the Bulls dynasty knows that Jerry Krause was the general manager who helped build the Bulls dynasty, and then according to The Last Dance, he also tore it apart because he didn't feel like he was getting enough credit. Michael Jordan was getting all the credit, and so he was kind of just like, we can do it without him and all of these people. So he kind of just said, we're not coming back. We're not going to sign everybody. We're not going to come back and do this again. We're done. So he destroyed their dynasty apparently, and now people are comparing Brian Gutekunst from the Packers to Jerry Krause. Adam Schefter reported Packers have been exploring QBs they can add to their roster for OTAs and training camp. Per sources, Jordan Love currently is the only quarterback on the roster, but the team also faces uncertainty surrounding Aaron Rodgers. Packers QB search includes some veterans. So the Packers are in trouble right now for OTAs because they only have one quarterback on the roster. The quarterback who, I guess, started all of this drama, which sucks, man. Jordan Love didn't do anything. He's just an innocent bystander in all of this. And Aaron Rodgers has mentioned that before. Like, I don't have any bad feelings towards Jordan Love. He didn't choose for this to happen, but that's another story. Then again, this is that story where people are now calling Brian Gutekunst Jerry Krause. So that's what's going on. The Packers news, the Packers drama is going to be here. So the Packers can't make that trade until June 1st without there being like a substantial hit to the salary cap. So if anything's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers, it's going to happen June 1st. So people are going to talk about this every day. And I'm sure new stuff will come out almost every day. And every time something new comes out, I'll drop the news and let you know what's going on. But just be aware, this is at least a month, probably beyond that we're going to be hearing all of this news. And we're going to have to decide what's real and what's not. Then I'm going to go through these MLB scores real fast. Just scroll down and let you see what's going on in the MLB world. The Dodgers lost to the Cubs. We got, I just wanted to, Yankees beat Astros, which the Yankees hate the Astros as much as anybody, basically. And that's been a big story with all the Yankees fans showing up with trash cans and such. And then this is probably what people will be talking about. The Orioles beat the Mariners. There was almost a perfect game thrown in this. There would have been a perfect game, except for a wild pitch in the third inning got somebody to first. So it was a no-hitter instead of the perfect game. But congrats to that pitcher for throwing a no-hitter. We got the Rockies over the Giants. And there you go. That's your sports news. That's what's going on in the sports world. Thanks for being a busy fan, and thanks for watching. Yeah.
This is real life, little homie, that's why I stayed down. I done came off that boy, look what I made now. Like Nike.